tonight. My name is Corinna Kamphausen. I'm the CEO of Eyes and Ears of Europe, and this is a drink with European media creatives by and with Eyes and Ears of Europe. So nice to have you all with us. And now we're making ourselves very comfortable with a nice, tasty drink and with some interesting guests. So let's talk about creativity tonight. Let's talk about how creativity helps through these strange times and what helps creatives through these strange times. So let's start today with a guest whom I'm very happy to have with us. So welcome to a drink with European media creatives, my dear Cécile Chavepayre.
Thank you. Thank you,
Welcome,
Koina.
Cécile. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much for doing this for us, because it's our absolutely first time that we do a format like that. So thank you that you are the first to well to do it.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be the first one. I'm happy to. Thank you, Koina.
Absolutely. Would you be so kind to introduce yourself just in a few sentences?
Yes, I'm doing the art direction, creative direction for artists uh, since 12. Is it okay to say
2012.
since 12? Yes,
Yeah, of course,
that's it.
of course.
For I think everybody here knows art, so maybe I don't have to introduce art.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, so that means to align the general, align all the design of Arte that Arte is showing to the
Mhm.
general strategy, which is complicated because, as you may know, Arte is Franco-German and more
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
So it's not really totally easy to bring up an unified form between several territories as we do now, because we have several territories which are, of course, Germany, France, and also Belgium, etc., and also now England, Spain, Poland, Italy, Spain, Poland, Italy, that's it.
Oof,
But also,
oof,
of course,
that's
we
a
have
lot.
hmm?
That's a lot. A lot
That's
of
a lot.
different titles. Yeah.
Yes, that's a lot. And of course, it's a system of media, as every media is today. So it's also a website, an application, and an app, and also, of course, a YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, that really seems to be hard work. And for example, I think it's absolutely interesting because you're working together with different kinds of people and different cultural backgrounds. So working together with Germans and French people. So does that feel like being a little cultural clash sometimes, or?
Yes, it happens. Yes, I would lie if I told you, no, it's really cool. Everybody is still on the same line all the time, and everybody is super. Everybody agrees on every project. That's wrong because there are specificities due to cultural differences, of course.
Yeah.
But I remember at the beginning, at the very beginning, when I started at Arte, it was really weird because the German people always tend to see Croix Gammée, I don't even know, from the
Hmm.
Third Reich, all the time in the projects, and there were absolutely none of that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the trauma was coming up all the time, and now when a French designer works on forms and do some straight lines, oh, be careful. For
Yes.
example, this,
Yeah.
this is a really strong example, but
Yeah,
it happened,
absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I can understand that because we are really a little, well, nervous about that.
Yes,
Absolutely, because for historic reasons, and yeah, I think that French people don't have that feeling with the runes, of course. Yeah,
yes, but of course, we didn't we didn't bring up that kind of form, of
of course.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really a that reminds me of blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah. So interesting. Okay, what we want to know here in this format, what we want to explore is how actually the brains behind the creative projects are. So, what moves you? Who are you? And what do the brains prefer? Are you more analogic? Analogic? Do you say analogic? Yeah, you say analogic.
Mm.
Analogic or digital, or and the very, very, very best and the most important question is, what is your go-to drink? So, what's the drink that you prefer? So mine at the moment is a French wine. A French wine
Bourbon
that's
la.
a Médoc. So
Okay.
okay, it's a Bourbon La Chapelle or
Bourbon la Chapelle.
Chateau
Okay.
Bourbon La Chapelle, a Médoc, and I'm drinking the Médoc, and I hope that you do have a wine as well or something to drink as well.
No, yes, I have something to drink because you asked me, because otherwise I would drink, of course, water because I love water. But
Yes, you can drink water as well. So
yeah,
what?
okay. No, I opened my refrigerator and I found some very good sake, and it's cool. So I drink sake.
All right. So, Prost.
Cheers.
What you say in
Prost.
France?
Santé.
Santé. Santé. Hello. Santé. Mm.
But actually, I think the best drink
Yeah.
comes from the place where you are. You know, it's really nice to drink some Medoc if you are in the Medoc, etc.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really, I think it's really nice to drink some sake if you are in Japan, which I'm really not. I've never been in Japan, but that's it. And I think if you accept water, which is really pure treasure, but if you accept water, I don't know who said that, but I think happiness is equal to 2 glasses of alcohol, not strong alcohol, because that's not happiness. That's that's I know, dizziness and like that. But happiness is 2 glasses of alcohol, which is very complicated to keep.
Because you don't know which alcohol you want, or two
No, because
glasses
it's
of wine for, yeah, okay.
yes,
If you
2
say,
glasses of wine. For
yeah,
example, have you seen that movie Drunk?
no, no, what is it?
That's a theory which is in Drunk.
Okay.
Also, and it's true. I have experienced that happiness is 2 glasses of sweet alcohol. I would say
All
wine, for
right.
instance.
So, 2 glasses of wine, 2 glasses of water in between, that's okay.
Yes,
I think that's
yes,
better.
must be something like that. Yes.
So, we are all in a very special situation at the moment, I think. So, can you describe the corona situation in France at the moment? And where do you stand there? And what are you doing? How attaches it you and your profession, your job?
It's starting to be a little bit complicated,
Mm,
I think, at the moment, because
mm,
everybody now it's been 1 year and everybody is tired, a little bit tired, and
yeah.
it's complicated really to work from home. It's my home, so I'm in Paris. I'm not in Strasbourg. Arte is in Strasbourg,
Mm,
and really it's complicated. I have to go there sometimes to go to the audio, um, to really have a good sound on some projects. I have to go there to work with the graphic designers also, because there's something you just can't do from home. So it's beginning really to be complicated. It's complicated also to see your face. I mean, my face
yeah.
in a screen all the time. It's not normal.
Yeah.
I was not prepared, and I think none of us was prepared to see our own face all day long.
Yeah.
If someone could bring me another face, I would be very happy, for example, at the moment, because I'm started of and I think it's the same for everybody, really.
Yeah.
So some people are getting, I think, more confident because they could have a vaccine soon or something like that, but we don't know. Actually, no one knows if it will be really efficient.
Yeah, I hope so.
So,
So that's really hope. I just heard of a colleague just 10 minutes ago. My colleague said, well, I will get the vaccine in 2 weeks or something like that. So I will get the vaccine. That's great because everyone feels so wow happy to well to get out of this bad situation right now. So
mm,
yeah, but you're right. I can't see my face anymore as well. And normally, if I go to the office, it's just well, I'm going to the office, and it's what you don't do anything. It's just okay, you're
mm,
normal. And
yes,
and now I come to the office, I go straight to the toilet and do my mask or something like masquerade. So I don't feel like I'm normal. I'm always well in some kind of hosting position. I don't know.
yes, yes, and that's weird. Well,
Hmm.
we were not designed for that.
No.
I wasn't designed for that at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. We all hope that this situation will end sometime. But well,
it will
hopefully.
end. Maybe it will end because there will be no more humans, so it will end. But most surely it will end because the virus will be a small virus,
Yeah. Yeah. Of
like
course.
a cold. Or
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to coming once again back to Paris because I love Paris in the springtime or
you wouldn't like Paris right now. You love Paris because of the cafe and the
yeah,
restaurants
yeah, yeah,
and the galleries, etc. But now, Paris, no,
yeah. That's the
that's not
same
a good
Cologne at the
moment.
moment. It's
Mm.
just you can't feel what how the people are because you don't see any people on the street. Don't know you just you see people on the street, but it's different. It's yeah, all the restaurants have closed. Is it the same in Paris at the moment? In France, do the restaurants they are closed?
Yes, yes, cafe, restaurants are closed.
And are you
And
allowed
it's
to
so
go
important in
outside?
Paris.
Yeah.
Everybody, what we say about Paris, no one comes from Paris, which is obviously wrong because some people were born in Paris, but most of the people that live in Paris weren't born in Paris. No, we all came to Paris. That's
Hmm.
I came to Paris. I was from Southwest where you have your wine.
Ah, right.
But I came to Paris because I wanted to work in Paris because it's easier than in the rest of France, but also because of the cafes and restaurants because this is Paris and the
Mm.
theaters and museums. And Paris without cafe, I don't know. That's not
Yeah.
Paris.
Yeah. Okay, so next year in summer I
Next
come.
year, yes. Maybe Emmanuel Macron will talk. I don't know. Maybe today or tomorrow, and maybe it will reopen. I don't know. I hope so.
That would be great because I just heard that Netherlands will open at the moment and
Mm.
that Australia they are open for months right now and that they are really absolutely good. They are an island, so they can do everything. But yeah, it would really well, it would better the situation, I think. So I read an interview about you, but it's not an interview, but it was a page interview, and they said you first studied French literature, and then even have been a French teacher before for a while, and then how did you manage to switch from the teacher part to the creative director? What happened there?
Well, actually, when you are a teacher, you are a media
Mhm.
yourself. So it's not really a surprise, a total surprise to come from teaching to into the medias. I'm not the only one.
Okay.
Uh, the point is, when you are a teacher in France, you are once a teacher, all your life a teacher,
Mm.
and I wasn't sure I wanted to do that all my life. Maybe I should have, because it was really super nice. I really loved that. You know,
Okay.
it's crazy. You talk and
Mhm.
people listen to you.
Yeah, you never know. Normally, you don't know, but they
And they
always
write.
do. Yeah.
They write down what you say and
Yeah.
they ask you questions. No, it's really wonderful, and I really love that. I was teaching French, which is a super material. So
Mhm.
I really love that. But after that, you know, when you can read a text, when you know how to read a text, to interpret it, etc., then you can read an image.
Mhm.
It's the same,
Mhm.
more or
Mhm.
less.
Okay.
Then you can read many things. So when I had this opportunity to come to Paris and to work for France 2 at the moment, I was writing down interviews at the moment when I started. Said, oh yeah, why not? Why not? I was young, why not?
Mhm.
So I started like that, and after that, because I was good at writing really short forms, you know.
Mhm.
So for the interviews, I was very good at titles, etc. So they asked me if I wanted to go to write some trailers. I
Yeah.
went. I joined the team, the trailers team, and then after that, I realized no, not this is not the correct word. I did not the editing, but I
The
don't know,
writing.
réaliser.
Yeah.
I did the concept
The
of
production. Also,
the
okay.
yes of the trailers,
Mhm.
and after that I ruled the trailer service in France 5, and then Arte asked me if I wanted to to be their creative director, and it was really nice for me. I had just finishing an MBA, so for me it was perfect timing.
So you studied afterwards before
Yes,
you went to the media and then you studied, or
yes.
oh, that's great.
Yes. Yes, because when I was in France 5 during I don't 13 years,
Mhm.
and once told to myself, well, I have learned many things, but no one knows, so I had to get a
Yeah,
proof.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
did that MBA to get a proof.
Okay,
I think.
okay.
But anyway, Arte asked me, and they didn't know I had this MBA, so
So
it's really
what?
mysterious.
How did that happen? So what did they do? Who was the one to ask you? Did they telephone you? What did they
Uh,
do?
Yes, it was from what's his name? It was someone that asked France Télévisions,
Hmm.
and at France Télévisions, they told them we have Cécile Chavepayre. She does some corporate films and that are a little bit weird and not bad. Maybe you should meet her.
Okay, okay, that's
It was
great.
Vincent Mellet from Arte
Hmm.
France,
Hmm.
and now he's not at Arte France anymore. And then I met the whole Arte board. I was very impressed and happy.
But was that all the politicians there, the people that you met, or was that
No,
maybe?
no, I meant the president, vice president,
Mm.
President Véronique Kella in Arte France, Vice President Gottfried Langenstein, from Arte GEAE,
Mm.
and that's all. And the program director, not
Mm.
politicians. No, no.
Because I
I
was,
don't do politics yet.
yeah. All right. So you're starting over right now, starting
I,
with female politicians.
I don't know what I will do after that.
Yeah, you never know. But what I really found absolutely interesting when we last exchanged ideas was that you told me that in France um, there are no other creative directors in public service media than you. No other female creative directors.
No, there is one actually in France 5.
Okay, there's one. All right,
One.
but that's
Yes, only
not
one.
too much. So why don't they take females? Why don't they the females don't want to be in that position. They are as
I think
creative
they
as the
do.
others.
I, th- I think they would do
Hmm.
if, well, it's complicated. I have to admit, and I think my colleague agree with that, it's a complicated position
Yeah.
because the word artistic is both something very appealing and very not appealing for any direction.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's really, I don't know how to say that. Everybody wants to be a creative director or an art director. Everybody wants to do that job. It sounds really cool, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
but nobody wants to do it actually, because you are really in between two realities,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
super strong realities, because most of the people think they can do your job.
Hmm.
Everybody has an opinion about the design. Everybody. So why her? Why him?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why him? It doesn't. It's not a problem for most of the guys. You know why him?
But
Why
that's
him?
okay.
Because it's me.
Who else?
Because it's me.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
but for women,
Yeah.
why me? And when you are a woman,
Hmm.
say, yes, yes, indeed, why me? Am I the good person? Everyone say think that. Not every, but you know,
But
it's
you
really
think,
common.
am I 100%? You have to be 100% before you choose to do the job, you think?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what women think, really.
because
So,
you know, it's really a job that everybody thinks it can do it, but it's
mhm.
obviously totally wrong.
Yes. So,
Then you have to be convinced you can do it. And nobody will tell you you can do it. You have to be convinced because there is no school of art
yeah.
director.
Yeah. So well, what do you need to be art director? Do you need a special feeling for things? What do you need? Do you need to have special drawing experiences, or I don't know. What is the thing that you need to be an art director in public media service?
You need, what do you need? It's complicated to answer this question because I've I I don't know in different. I've not been doing this in another media, so I don't know. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
different when you work for I don't know ZDF or TF1. I don't know, but what I know for me is that I need um, to be sure of what I know,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, of what I've learned. And it doesn't, what I've learned, it means my personal, my personal experience, but also what I've learned, what I've read, what I've seen, what I've really learned. So it's, I have to be sure of this, and I have to be to be sure I can use it all the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everything is not right here in my library. Everything must be right here at the same time, at every moment. That's the first thing. Second, I have to have my brain totally empty.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Because
what is most, I think, most complicated is to consider a question or matter or problem that comes to you with a fresh look.
yeah.
And for that, you both have to appeal your own culture and not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what complicated. And but it's really super interesting because it means to be alive, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Yes. But I would say another skill to work in a big organization, because Arte is not the most huge organization of the world, of course, but you know, as we have two structures, Arte Deutschland, Arte France, and Arte Gaia, it's a big organization, and
Mm.
you also have to be a little bit strong, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's a skill that I think is important,
Mm.
or to look strong. If you're not inside, you can always look.
To be considered strong, okay.
No, but you know, it's
Yeah.
sometimes there are skills we don't have, and then we walk, and then we learn in walking. That,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
how things are. Everybody is not coming into the world, and is not. We are not. We don't have culture, strength. We don't have that already down, all built in.
Yeah, so you have to
We do
experience it.
that, and I don't know, because the most I'm getting old, the most I think that intuition is really super important, and my intuition is really developing. And I must say, during the past year,
Mm.
I didn't have that much of distractions, so my intuition really grew up, and that's
So
cool.
what, well, we've got a question from someone, and Nicola Toleda is there. Hi, Nicola. So I just see that. So the question that the person is asking is, what is your favorite part of the creative process?
It's just after the moment you think you will never succeed in. You think you're gonna quit and maybe die after, or something like that, and it will be horrible, and the end of the world is coming very soon. And after that, you have an idea. I have an idea.
Mhm.
The beginning of an idea, and then I,
Okay, so that's very important to me, because it brings me to the question of what inspires you, what gives you the ideas.
um, I don't want to sound too politically correct, but what inspires me is really people,
Hmm.
because all we do is to reach people, and to create some emotions, and that's it. If I feel there is something deep that can rely people into themselves, then I know it's a good way, and then I can work, and then I know that it's the right inspiration.
So did you exchange the idea with the people then? So if someone brings you to an idea, and can you exchange the ideas with the others? And, but okay, that's another question. But I've got a question from Guido for Cecilia, Guido from West One Music, Guido Schmidt. Guido Schulz. He asks, which projects or creative campaigns at Arte are you most proud of?
I'm never proud of what I've been doing. I'm so sorry, but no,
That's
I'm
okay.
happy, but I'm never proud. I'm
Okay, I'm
so
happy with.
I'm really sorry. I would love to. I'm super proud of about working for Arte, because Arte is a super project, really.
Mhm.
Um, I'm proud. I could say I'm proud, but I'm happy about the first ident we did for the confinement, for the first lockdown,
Mhm.
the one with the tree,
Yeah, yeah,
because it
I love
involved
that.
really, really a lot of people, and people worked with a great quality of concentration. It was crazy,
Yeah.
and I love that. And it was so quick and tense. I love when the work is like that, and so easy too,
Mhm.
super easy. Really, I had this idea of a tree relying everybody, which is not an idea particularly bizarre.
Yeah.
It's, it's not super creative, but I had this idea, and I found the right people so easily. Really, it took one day, and after that, everybody started to work, blah, 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 and it was on air I don't know, maybe 2 weeks after for islands, a new island refreshing every day, and we never did this. So that
But
was
that was for me as well. It was absolutely creative, and it was really absolutely astounding that you choose the tree, because I wouldn't, and that you choose to draw the tree, because it's well, I've never seen something like that before in media. So no, just for that,
yes, it's true. That's something I never think of. I never think of. Nobody did ever do this on media. I never think of this. Never,
but
never.
yeah, that's
That's why
absolutely
I told you I
interesting.
have to be empty sometimes.
Yeah, great. And that was so lovely. I really loved this campaign and all the COVID ideas. That that was the well, well, not the project that I was the most proud of, because there were lots of beautiful projects at our last awards. But that was a really absolutely interesting award project for me. So, and I would love to give the people here the opportunity to get their projects to our awards as well, because we just have opened the awards portal, so everyone can do his submissions right now. And I would like to ask my colleague Alex to write all the infos into the chat, or wherever. I think you can have some infos here down in the show notes. So it would be great if a project like yours, if someone has a project that he is as happy as you are with that project, could send them into our awards. That would be super great. And I have another question from someone anonym. Do you have special techniques to control your monkey mind? How do you empty your brain?
Oh, it's super easy.
Okay.
It's really super easy to empty. I panic.
All right, that's my words word.
I panic, and then after that, there's nothing less, and that's perfect. It's super well designed, and we all have the same. So you panic, then you reset,
All right.
and then it's cool. But I must admit, the panic phase is not really the one I prefer.
Yeah, I think
But it's a
so.
process.
What about the people surrounding you when you panic? What do you do when you panic?
Yes, my companion, he looks at me, and he smiles. That's all. He knows. That's all.
That's great.
He knows.
Absolutely great. And then he knows, okay, you have to wait for 1 hour, and then she's getting back with really
Mm?
brilliant ideas. So that's great. I love
One
that.
hour or maybe one day. Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. I've got some other questions that I was wondering about. Well, I just does there exist any design department at Arte? Because I think
Not as you may imagine.
yeah.
Actually, there are designers, but there is not a creative department.
So how do you
So
do that?
we have graphic designers, and we adapt some things. They create sometimes some trailers, something like that. But uh, when I arrived at Arte, I thought there was a huge team of 80 people, and that's not the case.
Okay, but that was what I was wondering as well, because there are so many absolutely super projects coming out of Arte Inhouse. So that I thought that, well, must be there.
For instance, all the info when you
Mm.
look at Arte Journal, the corporate Arte Journal design was made not in-house, but inside what's made inside is made in-house. So there are two parts.
Okay.
Maybe I could say I'm proud of the info design. Maybe I could say I'm proud of this because it's so radical. I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I really like is the redesign that you did in 2017. Do you remember that with the logo as a magnet?
Yes.
Because you still use it.
Yes, we do
Yeah.
still use it. Yes, of course. Yes.
How did that happen that you came to the cooperation with the agency? Did you have a pitch for that? Or?
Yes, of course. We are obliged to do that because we are public media. So yes, we did a consultation, and it was the partners that were, who won the market. I don't know. No, it's not good. It's not the same. It's not a good sentence. Erase. Well, it was we choose that project because they treated Arte as a very strong brand with that idea of magnet. Arte that attracts culture in Europe. So we really loved that idea, and also we really loved in the execution the fact that it was a little bit craft in the letters. We loved that also, and what I really liked at the beginning, but no one saw that. I think I was the only one. It was that it was never completely finished. The movements were beginning, and it was never totally ended and perfect. And I thought it was really interesting because there is something that has to be like that, in culture, not really super square built. And so I thought it was really super relevant.
Yeah.
They are not, their names is not the partners right now. They are a super union.
So that's
After us, they became huge.
Yeah. That was Lambinaire was one of the agencies
Yes.
who turned to Super
That's
Union
it.
as well. Yeah, I love them as well because
Yes,
really.
me too.
Okay, so there are lots of agencies that you're working with, or just a handful of external agencies?
It depends on the scale of the project. So sometimes for small projects like a trailer, I hire directly some designers, and if it's a bigger project, we talk with agencies.
Okay, so we talk with agencies. I would just have some information as well, because in exactly 5 days, and I hope that you could join as well. In exactly 5 days, we want to have our monthly get together again. That's what we're doing once a month. We started last month. Just the Zoom get together, just absolutely like friendly, just coming together and talking about whatever is on your heart at the moment.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, that's really great. So it's on the 4th of May, and at 5 p.m.
I have a
so
shooting.
5:30
I won't
p.m.
be there. I'm sorry. I
Such a
hope you will
pity.
have plenty of people, but I have a shooting for a
So
campaign.
perhaps next month you can try. Just
Yes.
remember, always the first Tuesday on the month at 5 p.m.
Okay.
We'll have the get together. It would be absolutely great. So next one of my questions. Do you prefer series and films in French sync or in the original language with subtitles?
Original, of course.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, original, except for the movies I've seen when I was a kid. Because I'm attached to the voices.
Yeah.
But otherwise, of course, I don't understand how people prefer, if they can read, I mean. But I know in France, especially, people really prefer to have not to have the films in original language.
Yeah, I think that's in Germany the same. There are lots of people who are well, who know languages and things like that,
Mm.
who like to look films or to watch films in original language, but most of them they are synced. So um, synchronize a film is if you don't synchronize a film in Germany, you won't have the market that you normally have when the film is
Yes.
synchronized. So
Mm.
okay, there's Nicolau having a question. Nicolau Tedela from RTP. The artistic transdisciplinary side. Oh God, it's so difficult to pronounce that. The artistic transdisciplinary side. Where is it reflected? Differences between digital and broadcast. Oh, do you understand that question?
Not sure.
I I try to read it once again. The artistic transdisciplinary side, where is it reflected? Differences between digital and broadcast?
The point is, I'm not sure I understood the question, but
Mm,
that's life. So I'm going to answer to something. The point is, it's strange, but we have much more space, much more room in TV than in digital environments,
yeah.
because we have the mm, sequences between programs, and that
Hmm.
doesn't exist in digital environments.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So we have a very small field of expression
Mm,
in digital environments. So I think all we can do right now at the moment, but it may change, is branding.
mm,
Branding,
mm.
and that's not completely satisfying, because we do mostly non-animated forms on
Without
digital
any
environments, and that's crazy.
any audio and well, yeah,
No,
just yeah,
no.
yeah.
But for instance, at Arte, we have a lot of special programmings or programations. I never know. Well, special
Mm,
events
mm,
like summer off, winter off, uh, Christmas. I don't know, some things.
mm, mm.
And this is super branded on air, super nice. I do I dance. I do lots of things, very beautiful and very happy. And on the website, on the YouTube channel, on the app, you don't see that. You don't see that
Okay.
design.
Such a pity. Why? Because it has to be everywhere, doesn't it? Just to
Yes, but
get
we don't have
recognized.
any room for that.
All right, all right.
So we have to
Interesting. Yeah,
create.
yeah,
We have to create a special language, but it's not here right now.
mm,
I'm thinking about it.
yeah. Great. Nicolau wanted to know as well the art on digital media and TV. That was the question. The art on digital media and TV.
Can you precise? Can you be more specific, Nicolas?
Nicolau, just well, one more word about it. Just I don't know. Okay. Um, another person, a question for me. Are you a person more of the head or more of the gut? What do you think?
I would say move your ass and your brain will follow.
Great. That's everything together. Okay, so
No,
you.
it's the same actually. Guts and brain. We have lots of neuron. I don't know the word in English, but things really
Okay.
related to your brain into your guts.
Hmm.
So it's the same.
All right.
I try not to make any difference,
Well, that's
because
great.
I was raised in a very traditional environment where brain was everything. But
Mhm.
now that I'm grown up, I know this is not true at all.
But that's something that you don't really can learn. It's just well, you can experience this when you're a very small child, and of course later on as well. But you don't have the ability to learn it really, I think.
Yes, but I don't know. I was born in 1969, so in 1969 and after, the education was really based on mental and something really cut with the body. And
Mm.
now I think
Mm.
it's not the case anymore. So I think they are changing, and that's good. That's a good point.
Is it changing in school as well in
I
France?
think
Because
so.
when I was 14 years, something like that, I've been for 3 weeks. I've been to a French school, taking part in the lessons, and it was so astounding for me because that the children they sat there and they were quiet and they learned a lot and that they were absolutely concentrated. That was not possible in Germany.
Really?
Really, it was in, well, we didn't have been really a loud classroom. It was 30 people, 30 pupils sitting in the classroom. But I, I had the experience that in France, the teacher, they were more really, uh, how do you call it? They really thought that is someone, the teacher is someone. And in Germany, it was like the teacher are bigger pupils, something like
Mm,
that, you know.
mm,
And you had much more discipline in France than we had in Germany. So, but I don't know, it's just some
maybe.
childhood memory, I don't know. That was interesting. So, Alexandra, to see the chat again, please close the question tool. Said someone. Said Alexandra. Okay, I don't know. Um, which with which project did you win an award for the first time?
I think when I was in France 5, I remember it's the one that I remember. It was about a program about I don't know the word, when you know when people look like famous people,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Look alike.
they
They are look
yes, you
alike.
know, they do
Yeah.
shows instead of famous
Hmm.
people, and there was that woman. I don't remember her name. It was really fun, and she did with some tape. She did something like this, shrink, and this, and this, and then oh, I'm not that bad. She was Michael Jackson. Okay. and,
You are not that
and I
bad.
could do it. I could do it myself. I see. That's
Yeah.
super cool. Maybe I have a second career coming up. And I did the trailer with her because it was so much fun. And then we had an award.
That was
It was a program about that kind of people, and we said
Mm.
nobody can be a sosie, because it's a word in French. No, nobody can be it's not enough to want to be a sosie to be a sosie.
Oh, that's great. So that was in the early days. So just to mention that when you started working at RTL, at Arte, I was starting working at Eyes and Ears of Europe in
Oh,
2012. So when did you start at Arte? Was it in May, 1st of May?
yeah, it was on the 1st of May. The
All right, so just the same day that I
the same.
started.
You know, it's Labor Day.
Yeah, yeah. But that's great. We have got something
That's
in
great.
common.
That's perfect.
Absolutely. So, what would you say? Yeah, I just told you that the submission portal is open. But do you know that at Eyes and Ears you can have academies. You can have academies on demand. So do you know that we are doing workshops?
I remember one workshop years ago, but I didn't know you were still doing workshops.
Well, we are absolutely doing workshops, and we have, for example, the next workshop is a speech workshop, a text workshop, and I think that's absolutely great. But we are organizing workshops as well, and that's new right now. Workshops on demand. So if someone comes to us and says, "Well, we need a special workshop on creativity," we want to we do that, we organize that for the people. So just in case Arte
Yes,
wants to have
interesting.
something,
I have a few ideas. Yes. Mm-hmm.
it would be
Yes,
absolutely great
it
for
will be
us.
useful. Yes.
Yeah. So okay, which was the most surprising honor for you?
On air?
The most surprising honor, so the most surprising award.
Award, you said?
Most surprising honor, Ehre, honor, yeah,
I don't understand. Not
personally.
in life. You mean in my
In your
experience at Arte?
professional career, or did
Mm.
someone come up to you and say, Cécile, you were the absolutely best person in life I ever met in my professional
No.
life?
I don't know what they are doing, but no.
Yeah.
No, the most surprising thing. No, it's complicated because I could say I'm surprised all the time by absolutely everything, and absolutely not, and absolutely the contrary. I'm not surprised at all by anything. So the most surprising, I try to remember, but it's complicated. I've been doing this job for now. I am an old one.
No.
25 years.
Yeah. 25 years.
So yes, maybe once in Arte, one of my boss
Mhm.
came and told me, I have learned in your resume you've been a teacher. I said, yes. Me too, he said. Oh, and that was the best job I have ever done. So, oh yeah, I understand, because it's really super cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And this was really surprising because normally in television people don't say that kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But it's not a huge surprise as you may imagine. Nobody came up in a cake for me, something like that. Yes,
Such a pity. So we've got another question from Leah, who asks, how do you deal with insecurities about your work?
Oh, I love that. I have this, I must say, luck that I'm not very comfortable with security. I seek for security all the time, but when I get security, I don't like it.
Okay.
So that's complicated.
That's why you're
It's not
creative, I
super
think.
easy
Yeah.
to deal with. I would lie if I would say, "Oh, it's cool." No, it's not cool, but it's a necessity to deal with insecurity. It's really a necessity. If you are doing a creative job, which is in itself not possible, you're not doing a creative job. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or everybody is doing a creative job, but if you want to do your job as a creative director with sincerity, with your guts, you have to deal with insecurity all the time. You have
So,
to be able to quit at every moment. If you're not able to quit at every moment, you can do something else, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
And
sounds
sometimes
interesting.
to be totally honest, sometimes I'm not able to quit, and then I say, "Oh, that's a problem. I have to pull myself together and be able to quit if I have to."
That's it. I think that's a really good thing that you have, because it's different. It's really difficult for people to react and to see, okay, that's my starting point or that's my end point at the moment.
But it's complicated in the world we live in. It's super complicated. I'm lucky I don't have any children. It's easier for me than most of people, most of women especially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important, I think. Also, what COVID showed us is this. Also, we have to adapt.
Yeah, every day, in every minute. Yeah, you're right.
Yes,
Yeah.
really.
Okay. Another question of my colleague that was when she was reading one of the articles about you, um, was the question: do you have a favorite typeface? Do you have some typeface that you like, that you were born with at Arte? Or, for example, Barna was that one with the redesign in 2017?
I like Barna because it's totally relevant with the project. So so it's really good. But for me, when I write, I always write in Avenir
Okay.
because I like it, because I think it's beautiful, and also because in French, Avenir is future. It's the same word.
Okay. Okay.
So for me, it's good.
All right. So, as a creative director, all right. Um, do you have your own company, Chavepayre as well, and you have besides Arte. So, how do you manage that? How do you juggle these two businesses?
Luckily, I'm not alone with my own company. So I have a partner.
Hmm.
So it makes things easier, but it's complicated because Arte is a full-time job. So I have a full-time job and another job. Uh, well, it's complicated.
Okay. Okay. Um, and one thing that I personally really wanted to know, um, do you have some kind of idol? Do you have a role model, professional role model, where you say, okay, I want to be like him or her?
Many, so many, you know, really, so many people, and which are so big and. Of course, when you ask me this right now, the only name that comes to my mind is Oscar Niemeyer,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
who
Yeah.
died
Yeah.
at 104 years.
Mm.
The famous architect. Well, let's say Oscar Niemeyer. Why not?
All right. That's a really big one. Absolutely
Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
super huge. It's out of proportion. It's stupid.
But you have to
I'm
have some
sorry.
aims, yeah. So now I think I have to ask my closer question, because we are 1 hour right now. So my very last question would be, where do you see the media industry in 5 to 10 years from now? What do you think?
Well, everywhere, of course. I hope not all the time, really,
Hmm.
because you didn't say screen. You said media,
Yeah,
and it's not the same thing.
yeah.
Because when for having a media, you have to have someone behind, and someone's behind, and that's for good. So I hope media will remain media. Medias will remain media. I really hope so. I hope we won't have empty screens.
Yeah.
And that's what I fear, to
Okay.
be clear. So I hope we will still have medias, and with people that want to link people together, because that's media has to do,
Yeah.
not the screens.
So that's absolutely, I'm absolutely on your way. Yeah. It's
Mm.
just the same to me. Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Cécile.
Thanks
Thank
to you.
It was absolutely an honor to speak to you, and it was great. Like every time that we have the ability to speak to each other. So absolutely,
It
thank
was a
you.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
So and now, yeah, it was great that you just answered all these silly questions that I was. But it's okay. Okay.
I was
Now,
helped.
all right. Now I wish you all a creative start in the inspiring spring month of May, and keep your eyes and ears on us, of course, and see you soon again. And of course, stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you so much. See you
Thank
all.
you. Cheers.
Bye bye. Cheers. Cheers, and we have to stay a little. Hmm.